Hello and welcome back to the podcast that flies together. Welcome back to another episode of the Love, Death and Movies podcast, internet's #1 film breakdown and review show. The show that crushes watch this week after week. Every month is a different genre. Every week is a different film in that genre. So follow us and everything. Join us on the ride and let's watch some movies. Oh, nailed it. It's going to be a good episode. With me, of course, every single week, Pride of the West Coast, Ash West Movies. Ash, how are you doing? Oh my God. I feel like I just did a I don't want to say.
Marathon?
I didn't want to say anything straight away then because we're in the first 30 seconds and we might get them taken down. An enhansive, and just you just feel like I just got hit by a truck. How you doing,
You're
Ash?
ducking tired. Is that what you're saying?
I'm really duck and tired, but I'm good. I'm good. I'll be good. How are you doing? How's your life?
Quack quack. I'm good. Life's good. Getting better every day. Can't complain. I don't want to go back to work in like a little over a week though, but that's all right.
Oh, you're almost there. You're almost there.
Got to do it. Got to make a living, I guess.
I
So,
guess, I guess you got some bills to pay. It just
okay.
happens. It just happens. Nice. Well, yeah, my week's been pretty good. We'll go into the weeks in a bit, but we are, of course, starting up a new month, which is our month of nostalgia, which we can't wait to get into. So today we are reviewing The Mighty Ducks from 1992, which we can't wait for because I feel like that's both been a point of our childhoods. I loved The Mighty Ducks when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I still love The Mighty Ducks. Spoilers. I think this movie's perfect. But to recap what we're doing Mighty Ducks next week is going to be Mrs. Doubtfire, and then the last two movies were toying up the order. I think we were doing Uncle Buck and then Uptown
I
Girls.
think it's reversed because I think Uncle Buck will come out like the week of Thanksgiving
Cool.
here in America.
Beautiful then. So that makes sense. We don't have Thanksgiving down here, but I will eat turkey anyway. So we got Mighty Ducks next week. We got Mrs. Doubtfire. We got Uptown Girls, and then we got Uncle Buck. I'll create a graphic. I'll put it on Instagram. You would have seen this before this already comes out. Hopefully, if I do my work correctly. But a lot of stuff to be nostalgic about, which will be good fun. But today, Ash, we're talking about the Mighty Ducks, which I can't wait to talk about. Ash, how's your week? Tell me about it.
Oh, what did I do this week? The thing is, when you're off of work, whether it's for a recovery or just for fun, the days blur together, you know? So I don't really know what I did this week, but it was a good week. Yeah, this is the best week that I've had in the last 2 months. I definitely feel the best. So that's definitely a win.
Hell yeah.
Been watching some good stuff. Finished up Agatha All Along. I
Is it
thought it was
good?
good. I thought I liked it. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
I'm
like,
hearing decent things about it.
yeah, it's like good, not great. You know what I mean? Like it's not something I'm gonna be like wanting to rewatch anytime soon or like going crazy talking about on the internet. But I think it's good. I think it's worth your time, and I think some episodes are better than others. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. I enjoyed my time with it. But yeah, just been watching some movies, trying to get caught up on new releases, and just relaxing with the old scoop boot. So that's pretty much my week.
The old scoop boot, eh?
Yeah, I know you've been a little workaholic over there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been really busy. Oh, yeah, work's crazy. It is what it is. It'll come down. Probably closer to Christmas, which is fine. But I went to wine country last weekend for like a belated 30th, because I just turned 30, lol. Belated 30th celebration. Me and close group of friends of mine. That was great. It was super chilled out. Like we like went to bed on time still as well. Like we're getting old, but we got up there, played a full day of golf. Found out I'm terrible at golf. Is what it is.
About the
Uh,
journey, you know?
yeah, it's good fun. But we get there and it's like we were going to get golf buggies. And we thought that we had them already reserved, but we didn't, and they were already booked out. So we had to walk it. I did like 28,000 steps in that day.
Jesus,
Yeah, it was fucked.
massive
Um,
workout.
yeah, it was big time. But then we just got a fuck ton of dominoes after, so it was fun.
Do you want me to sing happy birthday on the pod since I didn't get to be here for the beginning of the month?
No. Uh, um,
Well, welcome to the 30 Club. It's not so bad.
no, I
I
love
mean,
it.
it sucks, but it's not so bad.
No, I was talking to friends about because some friends were like, "Are you worried about turning 30?" I'm like, not at all. I'm like, 30's like 20's, but you're more financially stable,
Yes.
which is kind of like it's just what it is.
Everything hurts a little bit more, you know? Like
Yeah,
getting off the couch hurts a little bit more, but it's not too bad. I mean, I was pretty rough on my body in my early 20s in college,
yeah,
staying up
like
till 4 a.m. and drinking like crazy.
yeah. So I like just got off alcohol for I wanted to do like a month without alcohol. And I did that. Like so at the beginning of October, I had my birthday, drunk then, and then I was like, I'm just gonna see how many weeks I can go without Not that I was an alcoholic or anything. I'm just like I just don't really like drinking
I
too
mean, you're
much. You know?
Australian, so it's
Yeah,
kind
it's in our blood. Um, but it's more just I just don't like the excessive drinking anymore. But I went out for a client lunch the day before we went down to wine country. We went out to Korean barbecue. I'm not sure if you've ever gone to Korean
of,
barbecue. It's not really one where you eat a lot of stuff,
it's
but
mostly just meat.
yeah, and you drink a lot of like soju and beers and stuff. So I hadn't eaten breakfast then, and I went straight to Korean barbecue, and I just drank like a lot, and I got hammered. I
Yeah.
got home at like 8 p.m., which isn't too late, but I started at 12, 8 p.m. and went straight to sleep. Woke up at 8 a.m. Just had 12 hours pure sleep, unreal, and then had to go drive for 2 hours up to wine country. Good fun, but that was great. It was good fun. Yeah, did a lot of wine tastings, played some golf. It was a great time. What else have I done? Worked. I got to go see Mr. Sir Paul Mescal in real life,
Right.
which was awesome. So the Gladiator 2 premiere. I'm under embargo, but I can give a reaction.
Give us a non-verbal reaction.
That's all I'll say.
The people who are just listening and not watching, you're gonna have to go to YouTube to find out what the
Yeah,
non-verbal reaction was.
yeah, that's probably my reaction. I did have one of the worst cinema experiences in my life during it, though. These two women behind me were just commentating the entire film. The entire film. People telling them to please stop talking. You're at a premiere. And they'd be like, this isn't a spoiler. I won't tell you specifics, but like, beginning scene's a battle scene. Spoilers, it's a gladiator movie. And like, someone on the screen dies. No one of note, but someone on the screen dies. And she's like, haha, see ya, babes. And I'm like very loudly. But she'd keep doing shit like that. And she like a character, an actor would turn up, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's the guy from." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, just shut the fuck up."
People are doing what they're doing at home, but in the theater. Because I feel like I do things like that when I'm at home watching a movie with Adam.
That's
Like we're
fine.
but people do it in theaters now. They
Yeah,
don't have any kind of etiquette at all.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah. So that movie comes out in a couple of weeks. I think like end of next week. I think. I hope you go see it. That's all I'll say. Um, Did you? Before we get into the movie, can I tell you what my day consists of?
Before we get our ducks in a row.
Yeah, I feel like Ash has got like a little like a binder. What's the like the what you know? What's the
I swear I
thing?
have nothing
What's
around
the
me.
thing where you get all the business cards in like a circle and you go through all the business? You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
like the rotary
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's why I think you've got all these duck puns.
I'm sorry, before
Um,
we get into what?
yeah. Before we get into this is my local cinema. I'm going up there for three movies today. Hopefully, we'll see. It depends of yeah, how tired I am. 3 p.m. I'm seeing Paris, Texas. I've never seen Paris, Texas,
Me neither.
so I'm keen to see that. Then 6 p.m. is The Sixth Sense,
Okay.
and then 9 p.m. is The Blair Witch Project.
Wow.
Yeah, how good's that? How
What
good's
a
that?
what a back-to-back-to-back experience that would
Right?
be.
That'll be good fun. But that's for another time because actually we're talking about Ducks Fly Together. We're talking about The Mighty Ducks, which is released in 1992, directed by Stephen Herrick. Quick synopsis: they can't skate, they can't win, they can't be serious. After reckless young lawyer Gordon Bombay gets arrested for drunk driving, he must coach a kids hockey team for community service. Gordon has experience on the ice, but isn't eager to return to hockey. A point hit home. My bad, I'm getting tongue tied already. A point hit home by his tense dealings with his own former coach, Jack Riley. The reluctant Gordon eventually grows to appreciate his team. Sorry, I've written this in a weird color. It's making it hard to see. Appreciate his team, which includes promising young Charlie Conway, and leads them to take on Riley's tough players, aka the Hawks. My bad. Ash, the Mighty Ducks. What do you think about it? What's the history of Mighty Ducks? And yeah, tell me what you think.
Yeah. It's so hard to talk about some of these movies we picked because
Yeah,
it's
this
just so
isn't going to be a
different.
long episode. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even with Holes, that movie was so much longer that you could kind of talk about it for longer, I guess. But even that is the same kind of thing. It's a Disney-esque movie. I think this is a Walt Disney picture. It's not like a Disney Channel original movie, but
Yeah.
still Disney name on it. Yeah, I mean, I think the cast is great. I think that's one of the highlights of the movie is just all the kids are so enjoyable and obviously seems like they're having a good time. So that makes it more enjoyable to watch. As someone who grew up where I did, like in California, we didn't really have hockey because like it doesn't snow here and we don't get any kind of snow sports. So I always thought it was fun watching this as a kid. Like it was like something different. I
Hell
was
yeah.
obsessed with either hockey or ice skating movies because it was just something I didn't really have access to, you know? So yeah, I always thought it was fun. I always loved that there was one like girl on the team. I thought that I was kind of a tomboy when I first watched this movie. So
Nice.
always love that. But yeah, I just think it's a very nostalgic movie. I think it's a perfect one for this month. I think it gives you some of those like emotional feels, you know, of being a kid and being on a team and playing sports. But it also just kind of like as an adult, it warms your heart to watch. But it's also just like fun. Like it just makes you feel like a kid again when you watch it now. So it's kind of just a timeless movie, I guess you could say. And yeah, it's fun to see some of the actors that, you know, like we watch in movies today or even movies, you know, from 5, 10 years ago. It's just fun seeing them as child actors. So yeah, I love the Mighty Ducks. I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard, you know, Duck fan, but you know, I'm there. I love it. It's great.
Hell yeah. Nice. I ducking love this movie. I love everything
I
about
was waiting
this.
for that.
I love everything about this ducking trilogy. This is one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Everyone talks about Lord of the Rings. Nah, ducks.
You better watch out.
Ducks fly
People
together.
are gonna come for you, Harry.
Amen. This movie is like my childhood. This is like my
Yeah.
one of my number one movies I always watch as a kid. I love this movie to death. I think everything about it's such a fun, safe film. It's just a normal like very lighthearted, you know, very formulaic, but it's so fun.
Do you know what the original story was supposed to be?
I do. I've got it written down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I got it. It's very dark. It's very.
Which is it, I'll let you say it first, but I have some thoughts on the way they restructured it.
So the original premise of the Mighty Ducks was a much darker and very little comedy about an ex-NHL player turned alcoholic who seeks revenge on his old coach by coaching opposite him. The main idea stayed with Disney. Stayed when Disney bought the rights to the movie, but some elements were changed, such as Bombay is now a lawyer who never played in the NHL, who must do community service for a DUI. Much more family orientated, including a much more emphasis on comedy and downplaying most of the adult themes.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, I
would-
mean, I just think it's ironic because he still gets a DUI. So,
Yeah, it's still
you know,
like
any
not.
normal person who's older can infer that he is an alcoholic. But when you're a kid, you don't really, you're like, I don't even know what a DUI is. I don't really care, like
Yeah,
whatever. But yeah, I do think it's funny that he's like this like lawyer. I don't know, the beginning scene of the movie, it is a little funny to rewatch as an adult. Maybe it's just the way that it's acted, or I don't know. Amelia Estevez, I have like mixed feelings about as an actor. So I feel like it's just a little bit Disney cheese to me. But once he gets with the kids and that whole thing starts going, I really love this movie.
hell yeah, this movie's fantastic.
Did you know who was supposed to play Charlie?
I do, and you know, it was
Oh,
one of my
okay.
questions on Trivia 10.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was one of your
I
questions. I
didn't know
remember.
then, but now I do. So thank you, Tyler.
That's right. I do remember watching that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, I
You,
got all
you
these
know
little
the answer
fuck.
now, Harry?
I fucking do. Yeah, because I had so many fucking people message me
All
and
right,
say,
I'm
"How did
gonna.
you know that?" No, you're good. Let's get into it. This isn't super long. I know I normally write pages and pages. This is gonna be pretty damn short because this movie is so simple. But it is, we'll get through it. Gordon Bombay is a successful but arrogant defense lawyer. Sorry, I wrote the. Oh, I'm just gonna put this out there. It's Minneapolis. All of your fucking towns, Ash, they're the way that they're pronounced.
Hmm.
Arkansas, like just stop. Okay,
Hmm.
just stop.
Hmm.
Just make everything Utah or New York, and that's it. Okay, just make it like
I'll
divided.
talk to the people because I know them, you know, because I have control over that. I'll definitely put that on the priority list of
Hey, depending what happens next week, you might be in Australia. Who knows? Who
let's not
knows?
talk about that. It's too
Yeah, who
depressing.
knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Someone needs a defense attorney next week. Bam! After his 30th successful case, he celebrates by going out drinking, but is arrested for drink driving and sentenced to 500 hours of community service by coaching the local District 5 Pee Wee hockey team. Bombay has an unpleasant history with the sport. As a youth in 1973, he was the Hawks star player. But struggling with the loss of his father, he missed a tie-breaking penalty shot in the final seconds of the championship game, sending the game into overtime in which the Hawks lost, disappointing the hyper-competitive coach Jack Riley. This first scenes like This is so overdramatic of
I
anything.
mean, did they not just use the same original plot though, but just minus that? Like
Yeah,
he did play, and he does have this coach that's still like Matt. It's basically the same thing. They
it's the
just
same thing.
spun it in their Disney way to make it sound pretty on paper.
That's all it is. Fun fact here, though: before Emilio Estevez was offered and accepted the role for Gordon Bombay, do you know who was originally offered? Who turned it down? Clue
I
is it's
don't.
close to him.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, his brother, was offered the role, but he turned it down. How crazy is that? I can't see
Can you
that.
imagine?
Yeah, I think it's just because Charlie was huge back then. He was massive in those early '90s.
He
But
was also doing a lot of
a lot of Tiger
stuff
Blood.
that
Remember
he touched
Tiger
up his
Blood?
nose.
Remember
What?
Tiger Blood? Like, remember that period of the internet where he
Tiger Blood.
where he was saying that he was drinking Tiger Blood.
Oh my God.
Remember that
Yeah.
period of the internet? Jesus Christ! Hopefully you're doing well, Charlie. Bombay meets the District 5 team and realizes that the children have no practice facility, equipment, or ability. Their first game with Bombay at its helm is against the Hawks, with Riley still the Hawks head coach because that's really successful. I love how this guy's talking about how he's so successful. He's a pee-wee hockey coach and he's been like that for 20 years and he's talking to a lawyer. Like, pee-wee hockey coaches out there doing a great job. Don't be
But
this piece of
usually
shit.
coaches, don't they do like something else as their main job and then they usually coach like as a side job?
But don't you reckon the way that Riley carries himself, he ain't doing anything else?
No.
You know, this
He
is like,
lives, breathes, eats coffee or
oh,
coffee. God, hockey, not coffee. I need coffee, apparently.
oh, she's done. She's done. Send her home. Pack it up. Pack it up. District 5 is soundingly defeated 17-0 as Riley demands the Hawks to run up the score. Bombay berates the team for not listening to him and the players challenge his authority. For the next match, though, Bombay tries to teach his team how to drive and draw penalties, which results in another loss, this time to the Jets, angering the team further because why would we want to win if it's just to draw penalties? It's like the dad comes in and he's just like, why am I missing all this overtime if I'm just watching my son take a dive? I'm like, I like that. That's fair enough. Specifically one player, Charlie Conway, who refuses to fake an injury like Bombay instructed him to. Bombay visits his old mentor Hans, who owns a nearby sporting goods store and was in attendance at the game with the Hawks. While there, Bombay recalls that he quit hockey after losing his father 4 months before the championship game, and because Riley blamed him for the loss for the missing the penalty shot, and because Riley blamed him for the loss because he missed the penalty shot. Hans encouraged him to rekindle his childhood passion for the sport by skating in a frozen pond like he did when he was a kid. Realizing the errors of his ways, he apologizes to Charlie and his mother at their home and realizes, hang on, this mother's pretty hot. Fun fact, Jake Gyllenhaal, who was unknown at the time, auditioned for the role of Charlie Conway, but his parents wouldn't let him do it, so the producers ended up casting Joshua Jackson. So, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Little baby Joshua.
Could you imagine? Anything to add here, Ash? Anything to add at the beginning of this film?
First of all, when you get a DUI,
Yeah.
whether it's your first one or not, you don't get 500 hours of service of coaching a sport that you've already played yourself. Um, you get a lot more. Yeah, it's super unrealistic. Just throwing that out there.
So
So
we
I always
shouldn't.
love how Disney does these things in their movies. Nothing from like that era of Disney ever made sense. It was never logical. It was always just like fairy tale. It's
Oh
great.
yeah.
Were you gonna say something about that?
No, I thought that was like, and that's it.
That was my first thought when you were talking about like it's just funny to me. Like that would never happen if you got a DUI. They really don't care if it's your first one or not. Like your punishment is not going to be coaching a sport that you already played yourself in the past.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
that's not going to be it. I love the scene when he drives onto the ice. He's like, drive onto the ice. And the mom is just like, how dare you? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do? This could break. And he's just like, he's very confident that he knows
But it's such a
if
classic
it would break or
line.
not.
She's like, "How did you know?" He goes, "I just do."
Yeah,
Like, all
totally.
right, very '90s, you know.
Yes, very much so. I don't know. I think they got a great cast of kids. Obviously, there's some familiar faces in there, and also a lot of like probably like kids who never really did other projects, but they all worked really well together. Their chemistry was good. Also love the actor who
I'll bring
he's
him
a
up.
little bit older, but he played like Froggy in Daredevil.
Oh yeah, Fulton out of
Yeah, he was just in this
um,
movie I just watched called Idle Hands not that long ago. But yeah, he's always
Eden
great.
Henson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
great cast all around.
he's in
Yeah,
Daredevil.
the huh?
He's in the Daredevil show.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He plays Froggy, right?
Oh,
That's like
Froggy.
the
Yeah,
nickname.
my
Yeah.
bad, my bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think that like the subplot with like some of the adult stuff going on, a bit boring when
Yep.
it's just focused on like the kids and the game and the hockey and like them at school and stuff. I think that's kind of where the movie thrives. I love that scene when he's in class and he's got like a red plaid hat on, but then like a blue plaid shirt on.
Yeah.
It's just like it just the style and the fashion is great. It's so much
We need to
fun.
get back to that. We need to get back to that.
Everyone's all into the early 2000s right now. That's what teenagers want to wear. They're over the 90s. They want to be dressing like I did when I was buying stuff from Limited Too. It's very
What's limited
jarring
to?
for me. It was like a young girl like fashion store when
Or
I
like
was like
Supre or
10,
something.
11.
Yeah, yeah. Right, like little cotton on or Supre. Yeah,
Just
fair.
like, like the like fake faux leather pants and like dangly belts and just I don't know, it's where I bought clothes. But the early 2000s was a horrible time for fashion. I will stand on that on this podcast and say that it needs to die.
No,
Um,
bring it up. Bring it back.
Anyways, but yeah, I think it's a good, solid intro. I mean, this one kind of to me is similar to like Remember the Titans, right? Like there's a lot of nostalgia, there's a lot of like heart to be found here. But there's not much to break down. I mean, I don't think there's
No.
like these massive deep themes. There is the teamwork aspect, there is the like overcoming maybe being bad at something or having to be better at something, which as someone who played sports as a kid, I can relate to that. It's um very relatable for most people. But yeah, I think the movie shines when the kids are sort of just on the screen, in
Hell
my
yeah.
opinion.
Speaking of Eden Henson, I looked back at his filmography. One of my favorite films from him, you've given a 2.5 stars, and I want to just question you on this. Idle Hands,
Yeah, I was
Ash.
just saying, I just watched this for the first time, like last week.
My bad. I must have just zoned out because I was looked at your score and I just like saw red. If I'm
I
gonna be
looked at your score and I was like, "Oh, Harry likes this. I'm gonna watch it." And then I
movie's
did not like
great.
it.
Movie's great. Where the whole house is trashed and he's like he
Seth
uses
Green
the
and him are my
microwave.
favorite part about that movie.
The whole house is trash. He uses the microwave. He's like, should we clean that? Yeah, and while we're at it, we'll clean the whole damn house. Fuck this place.
I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy my time. It's just not a great movie.
It's a
And I'm sorry,
fantastic movie.
Jessica Alba just can't act. She
No,
can't.
she can't. She can't. I
She
agree
really
there.
can't.
All right, we'll agree there. That's crazy.
But I'm glad you love it.
I do love it. I love those
Happy
like
for you.
I love those like weird late '90s movies. You know, I watched it for the first. Sorry, we get derailed. This is what the podcast is. You get it. Have you seen The Faculty?
No, I've been wanting to.
Watch The Faculty. I'm really curious to see what you think. Sorry, car just revved outside my apartment. Really curious to see what you think. I think you might love it.
Yeah, I mean, I always am here for Josh Hartnett on
Yeah,
screen, so I've been wanting to watch it. I've actually mentioned it multiple times to Adam when we're picking out a movie. I just haven't like found a way to watch it yet. It's not streaming on anything.
he's
So
awesome. I love Josh Hartnett. Have you seen Trap?
yeah, I finally watched Trap. I liked it.
He's jacked as all fuck in that.
I liked it more than I thought I would. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love Trap. Trap's like it's not a 5 out of 5 or anything like that, but it's fucking. To tell you what, in a couple of years it might be. It might be. I love Trap every time I watch it.
Very unexpected.
Yeah. Let's continue. Bombay approaches his boss, General Ducksworth, to sponsor the team, allowing them to purchase proper equipment and give Bombay time to teach the players fundamentals. Renamed the Ducks after Ducksworth, the team fights its next game against the Cardinals to a tie. They recruit 3 new players, figure skating siblings Tommy and Tammy, and slapshot specialist and enforcer Fulton Reed. The potential of Charlie's coach Charlie catches Bombay's eye. He takes Charlie under his wing and teaches him some tactics as he used when he was playing. He used playing with the Hawks. At the same time, talking about his hot mum. Bombay learns due to restricting the Hawk star Adam Banks lives in District 5, showing that he should be playing for the Ducks, and threatens Riley into transferring Banks to the Ducks. After overhearing an out-of-context quote about the team, most of the players walk out, except for Charlie and Fulton, who form a strong friendship, resulting in a forfeit to the Flames. The Ducks lose faith in Bombay and revert to their old habits, except for Charlie and Fulton. Ducksworth makes a deal with Riley for the Hawks to keep Banks, which Bombay refuses on the principles of fair play, which is what he got sent to the Ducks to learn. Which Ducksworth berates him about, which he when he started to serve community service. Left him with no choice of letting his team down. Left with the choice of letting his team down or being fired from his job. He takes the latter and gets fired. So I kind of have only like 2 more paragraphs to go. So anything kind of to add here? It's kind of like the scenes where you kind of see Bombay. You start to like Bombay because at the start you hate Bombay. Bombay's a piece of shit. But
I really hate his name in
yeah.
general.
Really,
Just
Gordon Bombay?
his
Really?
horrible name.
I
Yeah,
love the name. The name's great.
I don't like it. I
I,
don't know why.
you go.
No, I was just sorry. I'm getting distracted by the name. Was There's no reason to have a passion towards hating it, but for some reason I just don't like the way it sounds. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to add. I think that this movie does a great job at like following a very generic storyline,
It
but it
is,
still
yeah.
manages to like add its own magic to the screen, if that makes sense. Like it's very
No,
generic.
you're
You can
correct. Yeah.
predict where it's going to go, but it still manages to find its own like little unique magic along the way. I don't know if it's the actors or just the way that you start to like him more. But yeah, there's something in the middle that sort of kind of starts to change your opinions of him, but also just kind of get you excited about like where the team's going next, I guess, like compared to where they started.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Can't say more. I do just really I just love Emilio Estevez in this role. I think he's like he loved playing this role. You can kind of
Mhm.
tell. But I think he's just perfect because yeah, at the beginning you don't like him and he plays that role really well. But then by the end of it, you're like, this guy's pretty great. There's I think I've just passed it already. Where he like drops Charlie home after giving him like advice, and then like they start wrestling outside the house, and the mother's just like
Mhm.
watching them endearingly, and it's like. The last previous scene you hated him, and then you're just seeing this guy wrestle your son. I'm like, I'd be out there, like being like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" As
Yeah,
someone
the romance trope of like the coach and the mom, I've never been a fan of it. I think
Yeah.
it's
Where
really
the
dumb.
scenes where Charlie's just like she has a lot of qualities that people find attractive. It's like he's literally saying, "Can you please sleep with my mom?" Like
Weird. Why is the kid involved?
it's
Like, I
very
don't.
weird. It's very weird. But hey, it's a hot mom. I get it. I get it. I get it. Anyway, Bombay manages to regain his players' trust after their crucial win against the Huskies in order to qualify for the playoffs. And Banks, who decided to play with the Ducks rather than not play hockey at all, proves to be an asset through though Jesse doesn't trust him. One thing to add here: this is their first win of the season. It only takes one win to qualify for playoffs. What kind of fucking bullshit league are we playing here? You know? You know what I mean?
They're stretching with that. That seems pretty crazy. I mean, I
Right?
even played like community basketball when I was 10, and even that you had to win like 8 games to make
Yeah,
it
that's
to the
all.
next
Like,
round.
I don't want to poke holes in anything, but what kind of back street bullshit league are we playing here?
Harry, that's the magic of Mickey Mouse. That's the magic of Disney. It
I'm
only
just
takes
saying.
one win.
Still a masterpiece, don't get me wrong, but like, come on. The Ducks marched through the playoffs with wins against the Hornets and the Cardinals, reaching the championship game against the Hawks. Here we go. Riley orders his team to injure Banks to force him out of the game. In spite of this, the Ducks managed to tie the game in the final period, and Charlie is tripped by the Hawks player as the time expires. In precisely the same situation that Bombay faced in his youth classic, Charlie prepares for a game-deciding penalty shot. In the stark contrast to Riley, who told Bombay that if he missed, he's letting everyone down, Bombay tells Charlie to take his best shot, and that he believes in no matter what, and that he'll believe in him no matter what. Inspired, Charlie fakes the goalie with the triple decky. Is that what it's called? Triple deck, whatever it's called. That Bombay taught him and scores, winning the state championship. Yay! The Ducks players and their families race into the ice rink in jubilation, like that word. Where Bombay
Jubal.
thanks Bombay thanks Hans for his belief in him, and Hans tells Bombay that he is proud of him. Everyone's proud of everybody. As Bombay is handed and raises the championship trophy, the team all rally around him and chant "Ducks, Ducks, Ducks, Ducks" repeatedly in triumphant unison. Some days later, Bombay boards a bus to a minor league tryout secured for him by the NHL's Basil McRae. of the Minnesota North Stars, who played Pee Wee hockey with him as a youth. Although daunted at the prospect of going up against younger players, he receives the same words of encouragement and advice from the Ducks had given him, promising to return next season to defend their title. So, Ash, what do you think about the Mighty Ducks? Anything to add in these final scenes? And give me a score. That is the Mighty Ducks!
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's pretty standard recipe for like a sports type Disney movie, which we've gotten a lot of. Like, like I said before, we kind of knew where it was going, but this one adds something for me at least that I always like still was excited to rewatch it like when I was younger and even watching it now as an adult, which isn't this isn't the first time I've watched it as an adult. I've watched it many times. And I find that it's one of the only like sports movies from when I was a kid that I go back to. So I feel like there's just something about it that's a bit more like fun to watch. Even as you get older, it brings back the nostalgia a little stronger than other movies. And I think it's actually like a decently well done one in comparison to some other Walt Disney movies that I don't find to be as quality, I guess. So that's nice to actually, as someone like ourselves who like, film and like breaking it down, it's nice to feel like it was actually like well made too, not just some cheesy nostalgia filled Disney movie that, is actually kind of like shitty on the surface.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that it still holds up well. I also love that like this is one of the only times I feel like you have a movie where there's only one girl on the team and it's not like a big deal. Like it's not like something
There
that's
was
talked
two,
about.
weren't there? There were two.
Well, when they added the girl, but I'm talking
Oh,
about
right,
the
right.
original
The
group.
original
Like
team, yeah.
the guys all just treat her like like it was just like normal,
I
which I
liked
think
that,
is
yeah.
cool.
I saw that as well. I thought that was really cool.
It didn't feel like they were doing it like to like check a box or like
You're
they
like,
all
can't
like
do
made a big
that. She's a
fuss about a
girl,
girl.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like that. I always liked that aspect of it, even when I was young. But yeah, this is a perfect one to start out like nostalgia month with because it brings up all those like childhood feelings and you kind of want to root for the Ducks and you kind of want to feel like you're right there alongside them, even though it's just a movie. And it kind of ignited the careers for a lot of young actors, which is really cool.
Yeah, what?
And yeah, I agree. I do think Emilio Estevez is great in this trilogy. I think he's great in these movies. And yeah, I give it like a high 4 out of 5. I love revisiting it often, and it's always going to be one that is special to me from my childhood.
Joshua Jackson's in Scream 2. Who is he in Scream 2 again?
Scream 2, I
I'm
just
looking through his
rewatched Scream 2. He's one of the college students in her class.
That's right, the film class, right?
Hmm.
Yep, cool. I'm back with you now. Nice. I listened to every word of your review. Well done. 4 out of 5. Love that. Sorry, I was just like looking at things, seeing if I could pull anything else out. But no, well done. Yeah, I agree to a point. I think this movie's a masterpiece. I think this movie I think it's one of the greatest films of all time. I always give the trilogy 5 out of 5. This is like one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I just wrote my review. Sorry, while you were talking, I wrote my review and put it onto Letterboxd, so you can go see that. But I'll
But
read it
you
out anyway.
weren't listening to me.
I can multitask. I said I loved all the scenes of Charlie convincing Bombay to fuck his mum. So
So great.
it's so good. I just love how like lighthearted and fun this movie is. I'd watch this movie when I'm sick and sad, and it'd always bring me up. So I think this movie's fucking just it's exactly what you said. It's very formulaic. You know exactly what's happening. The majority of the movie is just like we need better players, and they go out recruiting players. Like you know exactly what's going to happen, and they're going to go to the state championship, and they're going to get the exact same scenario as Bombay did when he was a kid, and they're going to win it this time. But yeah, it's so damn good. It's just fun. Like it's one of those movies where you can't really it's one of those movies I can't look at with a critical eye. I can't like
Yeah.
nitpick this shit. It's like yeah, that's just the way that I roll. But
Yeah.
that is the Mighty Ducks. So next week, please watch Mrs. Doubtfire. I can't wait to rewatch Mrs. Doubtfire. I haven't done it in years. To
Oh,
watch.
I love that movie. Sorry, I was just gonna say I watch it every time I'm on a plane.
Oh, I like that. That's great. That's awesome. But until next time, we've got a little movie draft that we'll end the show with. It's gonna be super broad. So I'm curious to see how you go with this. But we're going best movies with teams in it. So, but I think that it should be like the main people in the film is a team. So it can't be like, oh, there's a team in the background or whatever. Like a
Like a
side
team of
character.
scientists in the background of
Yeah.
a random movie.
We're
Yeah.
not doing that. It's like the main group of people that we're following has to be a team, right?
Yeah.
I did rate. How many do you want to do? Because we've got a bunch.
Let's do 7.
Okay, seven's fine.
Seven's a good middle number.
Seven's a good middle number. Cool. So I've got first.
Of course.
So I could take anyone from this trilogy, but I'm specifically going to have to take the one that's all about an actual team. I'm going to go Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was my first pick too.
yeah. I think that
Boo.
makes sense though, because I could like my favorite is Return of the King, but I don't think that's mainly about a
No,
team, right?
the
Like
first one's the one that's the
it's a
most
fellowship.
team
Yeah.
oriented. Yeah. That's the one I wrote down as well. I didn't write down any of the other movies.
Also, the group,
Okay.
my group of boyfriends, my group of boys, my friends that are boys, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're called the Fellowship.
Wow.
That's really good,
I
isn't
love
it?
that. That's good. Okay.
My
How do
group
I
of
want to
my
start
group
this
of
off?
boyfriends. Some days, after a little bit of wine.
Suspense. We
Also,
don't even know what happened on that boys' trip.
before you say this, my friends got this made for me. If anyone's seen Dodgeball, it's me. How good is it? It actually
You have
happened,
to be
Ash.
on YouTube at this point. You have to see what Harry's showing right now.
It actually happened, Ash. It's like it's a metaphor, but it actually
Yeah.
happened. That's
He
great.
posed for this photo.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little action
My
shot.
first two picks are going to be
Give it to me.
two movies that I
Are we doing
just
Snake or we
absolutely.
just go back forth?
Oh shit. Back and forth, I guess.
Yeah, it's all right. I just say
Yeah.
that just so that you don't reveal because I might be going a different way.
Okay. Well, my first pick, I think this counts
Go ahead.
because
I'm not going to veto anything, to be
he
honest.
builds a band, so it's kind of like a team.
Got it.
School of
I
Rock.
love that. That wasn't on my list. I agree. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. Okay,
Such an
so
amazing film.
this film, this film surrounds a whole group. It's a crew. Okay,
I think I know where you're going with
A
this.
crew's a team, right? We can agree.
Mm-hmm.
We're all crew. Everyone on there is a crew except
Yeah.
for an alien. So I'm gonna go alien.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
Do you like that? What do you think about that?
Interesting. Okay.
They're all in one crew. They're all on
They
one
are a
team.
crew. Yeah, I mean, they are. I'm not sure that the goal of them working together really works out in the end,
No, it doesn't.
but
One of
they are
them
a
turned
team.
out to not be on their team.
No.
On the.
Okay,
This
I
is
did
fun
not
because we
expect
can
you
go
to.
in so many different ways.
I thought you were gonna take. Okay, I'm just gonna zip it.
Oh,
The next one I'm taking because I'm staying true to myself here, not trying to win. I think this counts also because they are a team in a sense. They have to sort of do this together. There's multiple teams, kind of. The Mummy,
the Mummy. Well,
they kind of join up together to figure out. Is that not a
it's like a
team?
little crew.
A little mini crew? Is that, I guess that's not, I don't know.
That's a stretch, Ash. That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Well, then
But
I'm taking Heat.
fuck, I should have let you have Mummy. Heat was my next one. I should have let you have Mummy.
Oh,
I fucked up. That's you know what? That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
decisions were made.
Nah, good work. Good work. Nah, Heat is definitely a team. I just think the
That's
Mummy's
where I
like
thought you were going with crew.
yeah. I should have gone Heat first. Would you have gone Alien? Would Alien have
I didn't
even?
have it on my list because I wasn't
Damn
even
it.
on, it was on my radar.
Damn it. Oh well.
Yeah, they're both great films. I think
Oh
I
yeah.
like Alien
I
more,
think
but
so far we've got four sick picks. I mean,
they're all five-star movies.
um, sticking on Cruise, or technically Cruise. What do you think about Ocean's 11? They're a big team.
Honestly, I think that is like fully a team, but I
Yeah.
also have not seen those movies. But that kept showing up on
Oh,
every list I was looking at.
dude, watch Ocean's
Yeah,
11.
honesty time, I've never seen a single Ocean's movie.
Oh, it's one of the best soundtracks of all time. Bow, bow,
I'll have to
bow,
check them out at some
bow.
point. I've also never seen a Mission Impossible movie.
I think Joshua. No, it's Topher Grace. I get Topher Grace and Joshua Jackson confused. That's right. Continue.
Okay.
See, we can go so many different ways here. By the way, School of Rock pick, brilliant. Well done.
Little
That's
little bit
absolutely a
creative
team.
there, huh?
Absolutely a team.
I feel like I have to go with one of the most iconic team 80s films in Ghostbusters.
Good work. I love that.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
That's
Nice.
right.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was distracted looking at my list.
yeah, you were correct there. I'm gonna go animated.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Pixar. I'm gonna go The Incredibles.
Yeah, that's like the only animated one I had on my list, I feel like.
Yeah, I kind of just want like a little bit of diversity in there.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay. Hmm.
Does get a bit tough, doesn't it?
I feel like okay, I'll get to that. You sort of inspired me. It was already on my list, but now it's going to be higher on my list
Yeah.
because it is my favorite sports movie. Well, maybe outside of Warrior. And I'm going to go with Dodgeball.
Oh, I love that pick.
Such a good movie. I can watch it endlessly.
I love that pick. I just got a text from my best friend. He said, "Please pick me." So I got to put him in there. So I'm gonna go Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, is that a team? I've never seen it,
Yeah,
so no, I can't veto it.
they're a little team that go around the world and do
All
missions
right, I'll
together.
trust you.
Everyone knows they're the same team in every movie.
I'm just joking. Okay.
Okay, good. But
I feel
Mission
like you
Impossible
have the
Fallout's
list
my
that
favorite
all the
Mission
film
Impossible.
bros are gonna want, but that's all right. What
Hey,
did you
dude,
say?
you
Sorry.
you had Dodgeball. Dodgeball's
That's true.
great. All right, every movie that's here, I'd probably give a 5 out of 5 so far.
All right. Um, do I want
Yes, you do. You do.
only because I want a scary movie on this list, and there's not that many that would qualify. What about it? Because the
Yes,
kids have
definitely.
to sort of team up to kill him.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The remake, I think
That's the better one.
overall the remake, I love the original. I
So
do.
do I.
I it was my childhood, but I like the remake.
Yeah, yeah, no. That's definitely is a okay. See, now we get a bit. Oh my god, have I missed this? I'm gonna go Seven Samurai.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I watched that for the first time a couple of weeks ago in the cinemas. Unreal.
I need to see it. It's been a long time
It's
coming.
very long. It's like 4 hours.
Okay, this is a movie that I love, and I'm gonna call out Adam, my husband, because he says that it's overrated.
Go ahead.
Is Inception count because they're a
Yes,
team?
they're a crew. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm taking Inception.
That's a great pick. Now, how many people are in a team? More than two, right?
Well, it needs to be like a bigger group because I feel
Yeah,
like
it
The Mummy
does.
you didn't like, and that's like a
Yeah,
small group
that's
of
true.
people. So
That's
I
true.
feel like it
Yeah,
should be like four more,
yeah.
maybe
Because
five.
like Blues Brothers wouldn't hit it.
No,
No, okay. I
no.
agree. I agree. I'm not. That's not me putting up a fight. I agree.
I'm waiting on my 4K copy of that movie, by the way.
Oh, Blues Brothers is spectacular. All right, mission from God. I'll take four fried
So
chickens
funny.
and a Coke. The wings or legs? I'll have four fried chickens and Coke. This movie is in my top 20 of all time. I love this film. It is a team movie. You'll Moneyball. They're all on Oakland A's
Yeah,
baseball.
if it's a sports movie, I think it automatically counts.
Right. Yeah.
Was that six or five?
That's my seventh.
Oh shit, we're already done.
We can do more. We can add. I got
I'm
seven.
good. I'm good either way. I just have a lot more left than I
Yeah, so do
expected
I.
to
Let's go
today.
to 10. Let's go to 10.
Okay. I have to get one superhero movie on here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what's true to me, not for the fans. I don't pander. Um,
You never pander. I feel like
I
neither of us ever
don't.
pander, to be
I
honest.
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a Guardians movie. I'm just trying to figure out which one.
There is the correct one.
No,
Oh, no, there isn't. There's two
I love
correct
them all.
ones.
Hot take, hot take. They're all 5 stars for me.
That
Every
is.
single one of them.
Hey, I'm glad they are for you.
I don't care. Honestly, I just rewatched the second one when I got home from the hospital, and it made my day. So I'm gonna take the second one.
That's wild.
I do not give a flying duck. I love those
That's
movies.
wild. That is wild. Someone get her a
That's one of the
drink.
only Marvel movies that actually has like emotional beats and heart to it and is not just all about the fighting.
Yeah, I
It's
get
great.
ya. That's just wild, Ash.
Super underrated. I stand by my opinions.
Hey, I support him. I'm over here supporting you. Okay. See, now we get into some spicy stuff. Now, can I sense check one with you? Does the U.S. Army count as a team? As in, well, Saving Private Ryan is a little platoon. So you're
It's
following,
hard because once you start getting into like groups of like hundreds of people, that feels more like
like an
more than
army
just
rather
a
than a
team.
team, right? Okay, I'm okay
Like,
not to
sports
do.
team feels like it fits, but I feel like we're gonna open up way too much if we open up like war movies because
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
yeah. So let's keep that separate. You reckon?
Yeah,
That's fine. I'm okay to do that.
another draft maybe.
Yeah, we should do a war month or something.
Sounds fucking brutal.
It does sound brutal to be honest, doesn't it? I immediately regret saying that. Let's go Apollo 13.
Nice.
That
I have that
group
DVD right on.
group of astronauts, a little team.
Yeah, definitely Astro. Oh, wait. Ooh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I just realized. Yep,
This opens up
yep.
other things.
Sure
I
does.
don't know though. My mind immediately went to Interstellar, but now I'm thinking I don't know if that counts because
Just
it's
a little
not like a
team,
big
but
group.
it's more just like their focus. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
not like a team focus.
no, it's not.
I feel like Alien fits, but I don't know that all like space movies necessarily fit.
Hmm.
I'm gonna think on that for a round. And I want variety, so I'm gonna take Bring It On. Greatest cheerleading movie ever made.
Fuck yeah! Well done. I
My
love
other
that.
favorite sports movie.
That's a great pick. All right, now we get a bit tough.
Is it 9 or 8? 9.
That was 8.
Okay, so two
So we
more.
got two
Okay.
more.
All right.
Two more each. All right. Bear with me here. All right. So I could take that if I don't think of anything better. I yeah, we're not doing armies, right? So I can't take Braveheart.
No, let's leave
Where
those out. Those
what
just
about
too
the
big of
team
teams.
of Scotland?
The
Yeah,
whole country.
yeah, exactly. That's fair. Let's see. I'm looking at a lot of lists. It's all about like leadership, and I'm like, no, no, no,
Yeah, fuck that.
no,
Fuck
no, no.
leadership.
Yeah, exactly. You know what one was fun? I'm not taking it, but one that was fun from last year was Dungeons and Dragons.
I think it's a great film. It is so hated on. I don't get it. I've watched it twice now, and I
I
think
think
it's so funny.
movie's great.
I actually had it on my list. It was towards the bottom of my list, but it was there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. I for so that I don't take up too much time, I'm going to take Avengers: Infinity War.
Okay. Yeah, I pretty much was between that or one of the Guardians, but I knew that for me,
Yeah,
Guardians made more sense. And I went and took the one that people hate the most. So
yeah, that is. Hey, proud of you.
misunderstood movie.
Proud of you.
Misunderstood.
Proud of you.
Proud of you. You know that.
Proud of you. You know that. All right, I got my
Um,
end one. If you don't take it,
okay. I'm gonna take one that I always loved. A League of Their Own. That
yeah,
counts,
it
right?
definitely counts. Yeah, as you said, any sports movie is kind of
Yeah.
automatically.
Okay. I don't know why I was questioning it.
Now, Reservoir Dogs.
I thought about that too.
Tell
But are
me,
they technically like, did they really call themselves like a team, or is it like,
we're like a little crew that did a heist. Up to you. Or
yeah,
I've got another one that can take it.
I don't know. I'm
I
not
could.
sure I have
I
enough
think
like of an opinion
that's
to
all right.
veto it.
What about Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are kind of in the same vein.
Damn. Okay.
I feel like Reservoir Dogs, if anything, more so than Tropic Thunder, isn't it just like
They're
they're not really
like a
like a
film crew.
team. Like
Yeah.
film, yeah, they don't have a choice in the matter. They're just all kind of put there.
Okay. All right.
I think Reservoir Dogs would work. I mean, Heat works, but Heat to me feels much more
Much more like you're joining a crew. Yeah. They're
like a
like.
like a consistent crew across like from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
But
No, I
I
get
don't
it.
know,
This
that's
is
tough.
more about like a fallout rather than like a team. I get you.
It needs to be like
Oh, Inglorious Bastards is definitely a team. You're recruiting the bastards. The Inglorious.
I honestly don't. I feel like you could take either of those Tarantino movies, and
I'm gonna take Inglorious Bastards. I think
I'm a
that
little pissed I didn't think of it first though.
yeah.
As I'm wearing my Rick Dalton
Oh,
T-shirt
that's
from the
cool.
New Beverly.
That's very cool.
Hey, I can't believe I didn't think about a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, I just started thinking about it like just as I wrote Avengers: Infinity War.
Nice. Wow. Well, you got like everyone's favorite Tarantino movie, so I think you definitely win the draft. You've got things like Inglourious Bastards and Seven Samurai. I've got things like Bring It On and Guardians of the Galaxy
Dude,
too.
they're both quintessentially our list, but you still got one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I feel bad the Mighty Ducks didn't even make the cut.
Quack quack quack, Mr. Ducksworth.
I'm gonna take a movie that isn't like my personal favorite, but I still think it's fun and it's like a classic. Team. It's only four of them, but there's technically more people that work there. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron
I think it's a
Burgundy,
team. Yeah,
News
yeah. It's a
Team.
news team. Yeah, exactly. That's a great pick. Ash, you're talking up my list. Your list is solid. Your
I already
list.
forgot it, so can you read them?
So I had Harry has Daddy 101. I had The Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring, Alien, Ocean's 11, The Incredibles, Mission Impossible: Fallout, Seven Samurai, Moneyball, Apollo 13, Avengers: Infinity War, and Inglourious Bastards. Ash's movies had School of Rock, Heat, Ghostbusters, Dodgeball, It Chapter 1, Inception, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
That's right.
Bring It On, A League of Their Own, and Anchorman. That's two solid fucking lists. Well done.
Depending on the day, you know, your mood might want one or the other. I
Yeah,
don't know.
absolutely. Majority of the time, I'd probably pick School of Rock over everything there. So,
Right. That's always the answer.
absolutely. So, yes, that is our review of Mighty Ducks. That's another episode of the Love Death and Movies podcast into the tank, I guess you can say it. Next week, again, please do watch Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello. Can't wait to watch that. I'm coming, laddie. This will be good fun. But yeah, until then, I'm Harry. That's Ash. Love Death and Movies. We'll see you in the movies.